I'm Josh Davis. I'm the Executive Director here at Morningside Shelter. Been the Executive Director for about 2.5 years. And we're very excited to have Deirde Kelley come in and do some community acupuncture with us. What Deirde brings really is fitting into a new scope of work that we're trying to bring to the shelter. We're in the process of acquiring a new property to move our supportive services and administrative offices off-site here at the shelter, so that at the shelter we can provide more supportive services to support residents as they transition back into the community. And we're looking at those services from a few different lenses, one of those being physical health, mental health, substance abuse recovery support, family support, case management, all those kinds of things. And so with Deirde being here, we're getting a small example of what the future holds for residents here at Morningside Shelter, and also for staff. And so Deirde has been coming for the last couple months and having community acupuncture one morning a week. It's been extremely popular with our residents here, as well as our staff. And it's one of the few activities that we're able to offer where residents and staff get to sit down together and participate. And we're trying to incorporate more activities like that into the services that we provide here and the opportunities that we provide at Morningside. So we're working to support residents while they're here. When residents come through the door, definitely they're coming from a stressful situation, no matter where they're coming from. They could be dealing with a multitude of issues, not just housing. And so offering community acupuncture is a way to help support people with their physical health, because we see, and there are proven benefits of acupuncture helping people's physical health, especially around pain and alternatives to taking pain medicine. And the other is the mental health. Once Deirde leaves on Thursday mornings, the whole energy of the shelter just comes down. People are much more relaxed, the staff is much more relaxed. Having more of those supports in place really does make a difference for people's stay and their ability to work on the things that they need to work on to transition to sustainable housing. I think we're just scratching the surface of providing these supports, and so Deirde is just a great example of what the future holds. We're going to be clearing out this area to offer more after-school supports, more physical health supports, AA, and the like in the large room here, and then we'll have more confidential space for meetings with residents and case managers. We just received a grant through the Vermont Community Foundation in partnership with the Brattleboro Retreat to be able to provide on-site clinical and mental health services a couple days a week, which is huge for us. Bringing services to the shelter like community acupuncture and like a clinician from the retreat cuts down on so many barriers that people face here into getting housing. And our emphasis is to reduce the length of stay of somebody in the shelter while they're here. And so our goal is 90 days. Right now we're pushing 100 to 110 days is the average stay in the shelter. So we're really wanting to bring that back down. So this is a pilot program, and what we're seeing so far is that it's really successful. And what we're looking for right now is to fund this pilot program so that we can maintain supplies, get some more chairs, and extend the hours of the program. Yeah, we'd like to keep Deirde coming back on a weekly basis year-round. And to do that, we need more funds to pay for her time, and also the needles and supplies that she uses while she's here.
So I'm Deirde Kelley. I'm a licensed acupuncturist. I work in Brattleboro, and Josh Davis and I met at the Marlboro College Spark program. We were on a panel together discussing homelessness and access to healthcare, and we connected over that. I had worked previously at Rosie's Place in Boston, being a volunteer acupuncturist for a year in their clinic, which was an incredible experience. I got to work with the nurses at Regis College. They had a nursing program that supported that clinic, and oftentimes there was up to 30 people getting acupuncture at the same time. And the energy in that room, as you said before, Thursdays is a popular day here. Wednesday was the day I went. The clinic was full of people, and everyone was joking and laughing and connecting on a level that you don't often see in a place like Rosie's Place, which is a women's only homeless shelter. That's every day women have to come and stand in line and have access that way, which is different than Morningside. And I will say that the way that this is set up is really nice because people have support for longer periods of time. And from my perspective as a caregiver, it's nice to be able to follow up with people week by week so that you get a chance to really check in with how things are shifting or what they might need that day on a bigger picture, as opposed to every single day you might have a totally different group of people, and it's a lot more transient. So this allows for people to get long-term services and really find long-term housing and then have the support around that. So that's what I really like about Morningside Shelter. And being able to do acupuncture here is probably one of the highlights of my week, mostly because I really feel like I'm able to make a difference in the lives of people who otherwise might not be able to access this type of healthcare, which is really looks at the person as a whole. It allows for pain relief, mental health support, stress relief, all the things that many people in a position like this, or really anybody in our society, could really use. And because medications, especially opiate medications, the addiction rate is so high, right now we're sort of in a crisis in the healthcare system as it relates to pain management, because the Western model does not have a lot of supports other than medications or something like physical therapy potentially to really help people. And with the opiate addiction issues, especially here in Vermont, it's really crucial that we provide people with support that helps relieve pain, helps to reduce stress, and also accesses places where the pain might be coming from that's not necessarily just a physiological trauma. A car accident, potentially, yes, that's a real severe issue, but there's other reasons why people might be in pain. Sexual abuse, there are tons of reasons why people might manifest physically within pain. And so having acupuncture or a more holistic view allows for shifts to happen on a different level that provides people with a way to move through that pain and really actually heal on a deeper level. So I'm happy to be able to provide that here.
Hi, I'm Cindy Wallier. I'm case manager at Morningside Shelter, and I've had the pleasure of working with Deirde since August, I want to say, maybe mid-August. She's been coming here to offer our staff and our residents community acupuncture, and this is a project that I support and applaud, and I'm so happy to be a part of.
So it's nice to have the financial support to purchase the needles, to get some better chairs, and also to honor my time being here. I feel like those are all really important aspects. And then even extending the hours if we can, which would be great.
I have chronic neck pain, and I've had 2 strokes, and they can't seem to find out what is causing the pain, and I've had this pain for 14 years, so anything to relieve the pain is just a godsend.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that you relax once the needles are put in?
Oh yeah. I mean, she'd come in and I would be sound asleep. I would just be like, oh, this is just so peaceful and tranquil, I think is the best word. I just found it. I'm leaving Saturday, and that's the only, I'm gonna miss you, Cindy and Lee, but that's like one of the biggest things I'm gonna miss is the acupuncture, for real.
Yeah.
I think consistency is the main the most important part of that, because if people know that every single week they have access to this, they, first of all, they can put it into their schedule. They know when to come. It's not every other, because then people are like, wait, was it this week, was it, or that week? And I think that it allows for, that consistency allows for people to make it a habit. And that's what we like to provide, is that this becomes a habit, just like other things become a habit. But this is potentially a really positive and empowering habit to have, which is that every week I know that I can access acupuncture, so I'm going to make a commitment to having that happen. And we know from clinical research that consistent treatments provides better, longer lasting results. So, once a month is fine as a taste, but in order to see any actual clinical shifts in patients' conditions, they need to have regular access to the acupuncture. So having it once a week not only is great for me because it makes my schedule consistent, it's incredibly great for the staff and the participants, because they can actually see the changes begin to happen in their lives. And that makes them then tell their friends, and then it becomes a community activity.
And we've been getting that feedback. Both staff and residents have talked about how much community acupuncture has impacted their life in a short amount of time. You started in
August.
In August. And we're in early October now.
Yeah.
So we're seeing that already.
Great.
Want to keep it up?
Yeah.